Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. Today is a Friday. Holy cow. Friday, September the 29th. It is almost the end of the month. Like tomorrow is the last day of September. It's time for October.
I know, isn't that
So,
crazy? This
what is
month
that song?
went by
Wake
so
me up
fast.
when September ends.
Yeah.
Somebody wake him up. It's
that
time.
Is, don't
Urban,
sing.
national. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, so I said, please don't sing.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you said that wasn't the word. I just ruined it. I got you. Urban National Wildlife Refuge Day, National VFW Day. Salute to all of the veterans of foreign wars. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
And a day that I celebrate way too often, National Coffee Day. The other day I didn't drink any coffee, then I got a headache because I drank too much coffee. And I'm excited to visit with my guest, and I got to tell you something. I was given some bad intel. I was told his name is Jamie Camil, and then I was chatting with him ahead of time, and I could tell he was kind of chuckling. I'm like, I'm saying your name wrong, ain't I? And he's like, yeah, it's Jaime Camil. And I'm like, thanks a lot, Art.
Jamie Camil.
So I was completely wrong. Loteria Loca on CBS. I'm excited to chat with Jaime, or Jamie as his good friends call him. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. If you're having trouble finding that special someone, try to embrace your inner nerd. That's some advice from 2,000 Gen Z and millennial singles. 1/3 said people should embrace their cringy habits rather than avoid them. Not only that, 63% agreed that embracing your cringe could even help you find the one. Remember, what's cringy to one person might be really cool to somebody else, so it's all subjective. Nearly half, 47% of today's singles, consider themselves more cringe than cool. 2 in 3 said they find it attractive when dates are their authentic self, and 74% find it attractive when a date shares things they nerd out about, like personal passions or specific niche hobby. So,
Well, you want to be yourself.
yeah, be yourself. But, like if you've got something like, I don't know, like 5,000 movies or something like that, maybe find somebody that likes movies. Our son
You
is
definitely
moving.
want to find somebody who likes
Our
movies.
son is moving,
for sure.
and he has, we got to count them, but it's got to be at least
That's a lot.
5,000 movies. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that an etiquette expert says that, like anything, the accepted norms of using phones are changing? As a result, according to Lizzie Post of the Emily Post Institute, these days you should always text before calling somebody and never leave a voicemail unless it's for business or for someone who really wants to hear your voice, like grandma. Why text first? Calling somebody without warning can actually make them feel stressful. Really?
Oh my goodness.
This is doubtedly important for video calls, okay?
Yeah, for sure for video calls.
Catching somebody on video at an unexpected time can embarrass everybody involved.
That is true.
I'm not a fan of doing any of the video
I don't
stuff.
like video calls at
I
all.
actually-
I never do them.
I do one every week with a group of people, and I always have my camera turned off, and I had my phone in my pocket last week, and I bumped the button and turned it on. In the middle of this call, they go, really concerned for John Small. Are you being abducted? Are you stuffed inside a bag? I'm like, no, my phone is in my pocket. This is why I have my camera off. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. The Masked Singer celebrating their 10th season with some help from a couple new friends. NSYNC star and an Office star, Lance Bass and Kate Flannery. She was Meredith on The Office.
Okay.
They're going to be helping out with The Masked Singer, so that's kind of cool. And they got a list of a bunch of folks that are going to be on there. David Spade, I see, is on the list. That's kind of cool. CBS is premiering Paramount Network's hit Yellowstone. They premiered that recently.
Yeah.
6.6 million viewers.
Jeez.
Most watched entertainment program of the week when it actually was out. I think that's like a week ago. And Ryan Reynolds is going to receive the Bring Change to Mind BC2M Robin Williams Legacy of Laughter Award at the 11th annual event.
That's great. That's very, very fitting, I think.
Coming up on October the 9th. That is when that is. So it's sneaking right up here. Ryan Reynolds. I like that guy. He's a good dude.
Me too.
That's maybe one of the reasons we're on Mint Mobile, because he's one of the owners there.
I think that. Well, and because it's $15
yeah,
a
that
month.
helps too. Mintervention.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Forbes put out their list of the richest people in the world. Checking to see, we did not make the list. No, nowhere on there. The top 10.
You had to look.
No, I didn't even have to look. The top 10 net worth, the top 10, $1.5 trillion. That's a lot.
Ooh.
It's a whole lot. Like I said, we did not make the list. If you have a pile of old VHS tapes, see, I wanted to make sure I did this today when our son was not available to listen because he's moving and we're moving a bunch of tapes. But this is actually kind of cool. If you've got some old VHS tapes stored away in the attic, or if you got them, displayed in your room, you might be sitting on a fortune. Many for going for a shocking amount of money these days. Here's a few examples. Now, I had somebody tell me this list is skewed, and I'll explain that in a minute. But here's what it says in the story. Up for grabs on eBay right now. Back to the Future from 1989. That the movie is from before that, but according to this, that's what that says. $14,080.
Okay.
Is what it sold for on eBay.
It had to have been an unopened.
I don't know. Gremlins, 1986, $4,500.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious, 2002, $1,250. Pinocchio, I just saw that actual VHS at our son's house. 1993, it's $10,000. Is what that sold for. The Goonies from 86, $125,000. It says, keep in mind, just because you have an old movie or an old video cassette does not mean you're going to get rich. To sell for a pricely sum, the condition must be top-notch, not only in appearance, but should have been stored over the years in the proper humidity, like without humidity and heat and all that stuff.
Right.
So there's some real specific things to get to that. Here's the thing that I read online, because somebody commented on this, and they said somebody got caught where they were buying these. So they set up an auction, and they bought them in a different account, and they got caught like making fake prices just to try to drive up prices on things.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know any of this stuff other than I just read to you what I read online, and then I
that
told you
happens where they bid against themselves on their own auctions.
Yeah, something like that. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Our guest today is Jamie Camil. He is on a bunch of different movies and TV shows that you've seen him on. Jane the Virgin, Coco, Secret Life of Pets, Hotel Transylvania 3, and now the host of Loteria Loca. It premieres this Monday. So, Jaime, have you always wanted to be a game show host?
Oh, man, I don't know. I've always wanted to host. I've hosted before, the Grammys, the Billboard Awards, a couple of shows here and there. I feel very comfortable hosting shows, but never something like this. And it was certainly a challenge, but I'm very, very happy to bring this amazing bingo style game to the mainstream market.
Loteria Loca premieres this Monday on CBS. And Jaime, there's probably a couple of folks that are listening that maybe haven't heard of this. So let's explain what this show is.
Oh my God, that's a difficult one. Okay, Loteria has been around for 400 years. Every single Mexican out there or Spanish-speaking people know or is familiar with Loteria, which is like a bingo style game, right? It has beautiful illustrations. Our illustrations, they come to life. They're animated. They make fun. They make sounds and they move, but not. It's very, very fun. But it's like a bingo style game that has a lot of heritage in Latin America, especially Mexico. And every single night we would love to give away $1 million every single night.
Wow. $1 million. That would be one heck of a nice prize. And you do that every time you play?
There's another game show that if you open the case and the $1 million is there, then that's it. The $1 million is gone, right? Here we have the $1 million all the way till the end of the show. And I interact a lot with the contestants. They're average Americans, like everyday folks working out there, and they're super fun. Each contestant has a very unique story and a very beautiful, compelling story. So it's lovely to interact with them. We also have physical challenges, or we call them Loca challenges, right? To make the game a little bit more interesting and fun for the audience at home. So, we have a lot of elements. I was privileged enough to associate myself with Jeff Aploff. Jeff, as you know, is the producer of Do You Know the Lyrics, Beat Shazam. So he's really, really good at putting together game shows and making them super exciting and entertaining for the audience.
Loteria Loca premieres Monday, October 2nd at 9 p.m. on CBS. And how often will this program be on?
I think it's going to be every Monday. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to be every Monday at 9 p.m., 8 Central, right after The Price is Right at night. That's going to be a tough show to follow, a tough act to follow, but hopefully people will dig the show and will enjoy it. And it's exciting. And like I said, there's a lot of money every single night. There's a lot of money to give.
I think this is really cool because I have not heard of Loteria before. But you say it's been around a long time, so I think a lot of people will probably learn more about this.
But I'm sure, John, you're familiar with Loteria because Loteria is not only like a game, like a board game, or I'm sure you've seen maybe restaurants with Loteria motifs. I'm sure you've seen maybe clothing brands using the Loteria cards. So Loteria is way more than just a board game, honestly. It's also like a way of life. So I'm sure that you and your audience might be a little more familiar than what you think.
I have seen that. I didn't know that was all tied together.
Yeah, of course. You've seen probably El Luchador, the wrestler. You've seen you've seen the Loteria cards out there, I'm sure.
So here's what we know. Loteria Loca premieres on CBS Primetime this coming Monday, October 2nd, 9 p.m. Here's what I don't know. How do I get to come and play for a chance to win $1 million and a chance to meet you?
Oh, my dear God. I think that's a question for CBS. I truly don't know what's the process for casting the contestants. I'm sure that CBS, puts like signs out there or invitations for people to go in audition for the show. But pretty much, I think the best way to describe Loteria, yes, it is a bingo style game. But I think that if a game show, a variety show, and a late show had a baby, it would be us.
Very nice. I'm excited. I'm going to throw a link to make it easy for people to see the trailer. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, John, you're so kind and generous. Thank you very much. And yes, we start Monday, October 2nd, and every Monday, 9 p.m., 8 Central on CBS.
Very nice. Again, our guest today has been Jamie Camil. The show is called Loteria Loca, and you can see it this Monday and every Monday at 9 p.m. on CBS. I've got a link to all the information and a trailer in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are 923 words in the English language. that break the I before E rule. Only 44 words actually follow the I before E rule. This is not a very good rule. If only 44 words do and 923 words don't. That would be weird. See, does not follow the I before E word.
That would be very weird.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Being hungry causes serotonin levels to drop, causing a whirlwind of uncontrollable emotions like anxiety, stress, and anger, and even sadness.
Oh my gosh,
so if you've
that
ever
is
been,
so true.
If you've ever been hangry, now you know why.
So true.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average intelligence of humans has risen 20 IQ points since the beginning of this program. No, since 1950. That's pretty good. Fun fact for you.
What's that,
by the way,
John?
I would almost debate that. Just want to say, because I've met people. I'm just saying. All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A lion usually makes no more than 20 kills per year. So you think of a lion as a deadly animal, but only 20 kills per year. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. In a survey, 9% of people said this is the most annoying thing they have to wait for. Something you're waiting for. 9% said this is the most annoying thing they have to wait for. What would you say it is?
Your meal at a restaurant.
No, public restroom. So when you're in line and there's somebody in there. And I actually saw this happen. There was somebody and they were like not on their phone talking, but you could hear them like playing something on the phone. And there's like a line of people. I'm like, it's one thing if you're at home, but there's a line of people. I was like, oh boy. They were really mad out there for some reason. I'm like in there on my phone. It wasn't really me. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Prince William went for a jog in New York City Central Park Tuesday, and no one noticed. That's the story.
I wouldn't have
Seriously.
noticed.
I put this here as weird news because I just think it's weird that this is a story.
Yeah.
So this
is.
guy, Prince William, I understand, he's a prince, but he went for, isn't he King William now? No, that's his dad.
No, it's his dad.
Never mind. I was thinking of somebody
And
else.
his dad's name is not William.
So yeah, he's Charles. So Prince William, see, I'm so up on my, what is this stuff called again? Royal news.
The Royals.
So this guy, Prince William, goes for a jog, and nobody noticed. He was in New York for a thing called the Earshot Prize, and he said, at the event, I decided to join the hordes of New Yorkers in my morning routine. I went out for some fresh air this morning at about 7 a.m., and the report was, like, when he said that, then everybody's like, oh, so the story here is nobody noticed. So there's a prince running around in New York, and there's nobody noticing.
I wouldn't have noticed.
I wouldn't have noticed either. I didn't even know. I kept saying his name wrong. So clearly you can see I'm a huge fan. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I mean no disrespect, by the way. I thought it was really funny that the story is he went for a jog and no one noticed.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Fun facts about 90s TV shows. Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld wanted to end the show in the 9th season. NBC wanted one more season. The show star turned them down along with about $110 million.
Whoa.
Friends. Dave Schwimmer co-starred as a paleontologist. Dr. Ross Geller, unbeknownst to the show's creators, there was a real-life Ohio paleontologist named Dr. David R. Schwimmer. So his character, there's a real guy with the real name, and that was his real job.
Oh, that's crazy.
Quantum leap. They leaped 96 times through time, always between 1953 and 1987, including into the bodies of Lee Harvey Oswald, Elvis, and Dr. Ruth.
I loved that
I did
show.
too. Third Rock from the Sun. Over the 6 seasons, NBC changed its time slot 15 times. That is a television record. Full House was expected to be canceled. It was unexpectedly canceled, rather, in 95 after 8 seasons. Why? They planned to sell the show to the WB network, and then it got scrapped because they didn't like the idea, so it just went away.
Huh.
Couple other fun ones as well. If you want to read all of these, they're in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Quote today is from Ashley Brilliant, who says, "To be sure of hitting the target, shoot first and call whatever you hit the target."
That's a great idea.
That's how I call my pool shots, by the way. I hit it and I go, 8 ball into the bouncy thing over there, whatever that was. It works a whole lot better. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Take a listen to this. I think this is just absolutely fantastic. Brave beachgoers help a massive shark back into the water. This is actually kind of a cool story. Couples that were visiting Pensacola Beach in Florida had an unexpected encounter with a shark. Usually, if you encounter a shark,
it's not good.
So good. Well, this 10-foot mako shark was on the shore.
Jeez.
And they contacted authorities to let them know, hey, there's a shark that was washed ashore. And eventually they realized, hey, we need to do something to get him back in the water. So they went, and there's photos of them pulling and tugging and moving this. And the shark didn't look too happy, honestly.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
The agitated mako shark struggled and thrashed. At one point, it threw one of the rescuers aside. Eventually, they managed to pull the shark into deeper water. After a few moments to recuperate, the shark swam away, and the eyewitnesses gave 3 men a standing ovation. So everybody watch out.
I would have been terrified to be in that deeper
too.
water with that shark when
Because
when you finally let go of it.
Yes, that is exactly what I was
good
going
luck
to say.
getting out of there before he gets back to you.
We've got a good plan to get him out here, but now he's got a plan that he's been hatched all along.
Exactly.
Just waiting here for you guys to come along because I'm going to eat one of you. But no, honestly, when it's all said and done,
That's awesome, though.
they
Good
said the
for
shark,
them.
it was estimated was around 600 pounds. They said we
Wow.
couldn't, on our own, we couldn't budge this thing. But 4 people, there were 4 people working together, and they got the shark back out into the water. And
that's amazing.
As I've already told you here, the rest is history. The shark is gone, which is nice. Because, like Heidi said, it would be really scary
It would.
if he stuck around.
Once he was back in the water.
I'd just like to thank you
I would have
properly
been a
by
little nervous.
giving you a little bite now. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.